Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Almost Saturday podcast. It is Rivalry Week. Rivalry Week 2016. Also, happy Thanksgiving to you guys out there. If you're doing your Black Friday shopping, please be patient in line. Don't be pushing and shoving. You know, those games and TVs can wait. So join us for this episode of Rivalry Week. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Almost Saturday podcast, and I am your host, Brad Colbert, better known in the gaming circles as Texas Tangler. As I said, happy Thanksgiving. If you're listening to us while you're feasting out there, or if you're listening to us on Black Friday, thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already done so, please like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at Almost Saturday, subscribe to us on iTunes, and leave us a review. Stream our episodes on Google Play Music, and you can find us on the TuneIn app. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Any questions, comments, you want to contribute to our topic box, shoot us an email, almosthalfway1@gmail.com. Leave us a comment on our Facebook page, or you can tweet us at Almost Saturday. For anything and everything The Almost Saturday Podcast, head on over to thealmostsaturdaypodcast.com.
Get the wind blues.
And for anything and everything this man, for all those titles, and that list that just keeps growing. He is the man that killed Spree, Mr. Halfway to the Halfway. He stole the guns straight off the battleship. Ladies and gentlemen, that gun show is not in town. Kind of wondering when it is going to be in town. But he has way too many tickets. Way too many tickets. They just keep accumulating. Please welcome the man formerly known as Green Car Dude, the captain himself, Chris, Mark After Dark. Cool.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in tonight. It's going to be a fun night. We're going to be talking about my favorite ball game of the year.
Harvard versus Yale.
Yep, that's it. You got that.
Ivy League championship.
Yeah. And also nuclear bombs.
Yeah.
Hopefully. If you pull the right topic on the topic box.
Will it happen?
Who knows?
Hopefully it will happen. Come on in. Some of you know this man is Johnson. He is Traffic Cop of the Year 2005. He is an official card holder of the cleanup crew and the toilet flusher of the International Space Station. Joining me at this time, my co-host, The Biz, Justin Bailey. You're hot over there.
I am. I'm ready to go, man. Let's get into it. I think we got a pretty solid show for this special Wednesday edition.
Rivalry Week.
For Rivalry Week. Yes, it's going to be interesting. Friends become enemies.
They do.
I hate you all. Just so you know.
Because
he's all choked up.
Yeah.
Frenemies.
Because just like I said earlier, you know, Nickelback is even cooler than Auburn.
No. Hey. Take that back, sir.
This photograph.
Yeah. So,
in case we have any new listeners out there, Nickelback is Justin and Eric's favorite.
why do you tell people that?
Sorry.
It's supposed to be a secret, man. Come on. Hey, we're going to get taken down. Stop.
Did you guys like that other picture that I sent about the pillow fights?
No.
AKA your practice?
Where are you sending all these photos? Because I don't see them, bro.
It was...
Text message.
Yeah, I added Eric to a group message, and kind of threw that in there.
Did you see what happens whenever Chris did the effects for iMessage on a text message? It just says, Chris laughed at this.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he just typed that in there.
No, that's what happens.
Well, that might be because
Eric has an Android.
Yeah, Eric has Android, so we didn't actually get to see it.
It doesn't know what it's doing. Yeah, loved an image. Getting on in it.
Diving on in.
Head first.
Oh, yeah.
Knee deep. Balls to the wall.
Don't say it.
I'm just going to stop.
Just don't.
All right, you can stop playing the music, bro. We got it.
Get it.
We got it.
As I mentioned earlier, it is Rivalry Week. Or
said it.
Rivalry.
How do you say it? Rivalry or rivalry?
Rivalry
I can't even say it right anymore. After seeing that silly commercial last year, I can't even say it anymore.
I like that commercial.
Rivalry?
Rivalry Week.
Rivalry? I can't say it.
Go back, 46 episodes, and you'll hear us talking about it last
Talking
year.
about Rivalry Week 2015.
Yep.
So, got some interesting games this week. One game will at least sort out who's in the playoffs, and that's Michigan versus Ohio State. I think they're 2 versus 3.
That is correct, sir.
And they're both 11-1. So that's going to be pretty interesting. Who is home on that game?
Ohio State.
Okay. I have a sneaking suspicion that Michigan is going to take care of business on that one.
You think?
I think so.
Are you sure?
I think Michigan has a better defense than Ohio State. Michigan doesn't really have as much of an offense, but defenses tend to win.
You'd think that.
I would think that. And Ohio State has a better offense, but their defense is kind of just, what's the word? Standard. There's not really too much to it.
Right. It's nothing special. Nothing to write home about.
Right. I mean, it gets the job done, and it's got them to 11-1. But from what I can tell, what I've heard the announcers talking about, they're kind of young, so they don't put them in position to lose. The plays and the positioning that they're in is just kind of, hey, let's just play it simple.
Okay, gotcha.
Let's give you some time to develop, and maybe we'll throw some different complex formations and maybe some zone later down the road. But right now, we're just kind of line up, play some man, and get the job done. So I think Michigan. I mean, I'm not too big of a fan of Jim Harbaugh, but I mean, he's a good coach. You can't deny that.
So you're going for Michigan?
I think Michigan's going to pull it out.
You think?
I do.
Oh wow! I think Ohio State's going to pull it out. Actually,
you think that?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Can we write these down?
Well, if you were in the pick 'em, we could have.
Yeah, you could have picked them. And then
I don't remember what I picked. Can we look that up?
For what?
What we picked before?
You mean for the for the playoff?
Yeah, like
we'll
way
pull
at
it
the
up.
beginning.
We'll pull it up
we'll
in
figure
like
it
2 weeks because that's when they're announced.
I'm pretty sure I picked Michigan
to go to top
I don't
4.
think you did. I think I'm the only one.
Yeah, you were the only one that picked Michigan. You picked Texas,
Ohio State,
Alabama, Texas, and Clemson.
I'm
I think
pretty positive you two picked Ohio State.
Yeah,
and I picked 2 ACC teams
on accident.
On accident.
I picked 2. What do you call them teams? Was it Big 10?
Big 12.
Big 12? So,
no.
Big 10?
No, because you picked.
Sure I did.
I don't. Okay. Well, we'll have to roll back that footage.
So, side note here, I didn't even know that this was going on, but did you guys hear about the Notre Dame sanctions?
Monte Tayo, what did he do?
He got caught sexually harassing his fake girlfriend.
No. That's wrong.
Oh man,
they got fined because his fake girlfriend. Story made him money.
No, I had
made the school money.
Academic misconduct.
So they had to drop
2012 and 2013.
They had to vacate all their
because a lot of their players were receiving fake grades.
Oh wow!
How were they receiving?
Who was the
fake
coach
grades,
at the time? Was it Charlie Weiss?
No, it was Brian Kelly.
Really? He's been there that long?
He was there when Bama, wiped their butt with them in the championship game.
God, how long ago was that?
2012.
Man, that seems like a long time ago. That's weird. Okay.
So when the story broke, it said it looks like Notre Dame is not even going to go down in the record books as even playing in that game. And I'm like, I thought you only got it vacated if you won.
Yeah, like lost. Like, well, I mean,
so in the record book, it's going to go down as Bama just
playing nobody,
beat the hell out of nobody.
It's just they just showed up and won. Okay, well, all right.
So people are going to look at the record book and go, "Oh, well, Alabama just has another fake national championship here."
Yeah. Well, I think it would probably say Alabama versus Notre Dame with a star.
Asterisk.
Yeah. Be like, this game was vacated due to blah blah blah.
So I didn't even know that was going on. I don't know
like that. Nobody was talking about that. That's weird.
Probably because they weren't winning.
Yeah, true.
If they were,
then
11-1, 12-0.
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
Oh man, are they going to have to, question?
I foresee Brian Kelly on the hot seat this year. If he doesn't get cut at the end of this season, next year he has to be
perfect
or he's gone.
Was he involved with those?
From what I read, he wasn't actually
he wasn't telling the teachers, hey.
No, he didn't have anything to do with it.
Okay, all right.
So he still has a job as far as that's concerned, but
Wow. What about the Texas coach?
He got canned.
Is that official? He got canned?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
Tell.
I thought I saw an article.
I can't tell because then the players are threatening to not play versus TCU.
I don't think it's been official yet. I think it's just
been
rumored, and I think they've made the decision, but they
just haven't done it.
They haven't made public yet.
Apparently they have.
What are they waiting for then?
I think the season.
It's not like it's like the last game, after the Iron Bowl, or not the Iron Bowl. Well, I guess the Iron Bowl, but
they're not going to the championship game. They're not going.
Yeah.
So
Saturday's the last game
for them. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're probably going to announce it right after the game.
Yeah, I think they want him to finish out the year.
They want him to. They want him to lose one more game.
Well, then if the players are threatening to not play, then not that the players really have that much power.
Why would they? Because they know it's going to get out. Why would they make that decision in the middle of the season like that?
I don't know.
That's not really the middle. It's towards the end.
Or why not just they couldn't have waited another week?
Who did they get beat by last week?
It was bad.
It was Texas Tech.
It was. I don't know. They didn't do well.
But I don't know. He deserves at least one more year because he's only been there 3 years.
Yeah, well,
that's not even. We discussed this in another episode. He hasn't had enough time to get his players in there and cultivate the talent.
We're living in a world where you got instant gratification.
Exactly. I got to have a championship
now,
first year.
Yeah, or
you
you're
gotta
gone.
Come in. You got to turn this program around, and we got to win 3 national championships in the first year.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear about Tennessee's life championship?
No.
So, Butch Jones, coach of Tennessee. Tennessee was supposed to be breakout team of college football this year.
Right.
They were supposed to be not only picked to win the East of the SEC, play for the SEC championship, but go on to the playoffs and possibly win the national championship.
Oh, wow.
That was their expectations. That was what everybody was saying. They were the dark horse.
Yeah.
So, didn't come to fruition. And Butch Jones has a conference, and he's like, you know what? I don't know his exact words. I'm just kind of paraphrasing from what I've read and heard. So, you know what? It didn't really happen. We lost some games. Things didn't happen the way we wanted to, but these players, these kids are fighters, and they're life champions.
So everybody gets a medal. Is that what we're doing? What the hell is a life champion?
So the internet went nuts with that.
Oh, no.
If you get time, look up some pictures of that.
Oh, my God.
You got the players celebrating after that game at Bristol.
Yeah.
They're all celebrating, and somebody photoshopped the game of life. They're all holding it up.
Oh, man.
And they took a ring.
Yeah.
And it said, life champions.
Oh, my God. Oh, boy.
I mean, there's just certain things you don't say in a press conference.
You say that to your players.
I mean,
separately.
that might be like a motivational speech.
Yeah, but
you say in the locker room,
right?
Like you guys, you didn't get the job done, but you guys are champions of life, and the players might laugh, but
yeah, right.
At least you know your coach is trying to help you out mentally,
right.
But you don't say that to the press.
Good Lord,
that's just.
Does he not know the internet exists and does crazy stuff with whatever you say? That's funny.
What's wrong with saying what's on your mind?
Life champion.
I mean,
Trump doesn't.
You can say whatever you want to. I'm just saying.
Now you're judging people.
I'm judging.
How dare you?
He quits.
I'm done. Uh-oh. Watch out.
Chris is out.
He's out.
Get the wind blues.
He's got a what? You go sitting on the throne.
Music.
Well, we need him for the... Damn it, you ass.
We need him for what?
The Iron Bowl stuff.
We'll leave that for last. We also got Florida and Florida State. That's going to be interesting because what is Florida's record? They have
their
2-loss,
sure.
But they already sealed the deal. They're in the SEC championship against Alabama.
So they don't. So this game doesn't matter. It's like, man, whatever.
It doesn't matter.
Whatever.
I don't think they have a shot at the playoff.
No,
but you
They're
never
not
know.
even on the bubble. I
mean, stranger things have happened.
Yeah, everyone could lose and yada yada yada.
Speaking of Florida, and that when we were talking about Notre Dame earlier, you know how Auburn was after USC was forced to vacate the championship. Auburn was like, "Hey, what about us?
Yeah,
we should have played that year.
All right,
we want that championship." So I had totally forgot about this, but that year that heavy breathing,
out of breath.
That year that Notre Dame played Alabama in the championship, Florida was right there on the outside looking in with the possibility of playing Alabama for the championship.
Oh, really?
Had Notre Dame lost to USC.
Oh, okay.
So they're like, what about us? Don't we get credit for something? Runner up now?
Do you really want to be runner up?
Yeah, I'm like...
What do you mean credit for runner up?
It's just people like if there's
They're
no
the entitlement generation.
if there's no champion of the year like USC in 2004, they had to vacate that title, right? So Auburn.
I mean, but
Auburn
they really didn't.
Auburn was the other one that was like on the outside, so they were still undefeated at the end of the season, and they're like, "Hey, what about us? Like, do you really want to be given a championship? That way, like." No,
everybody gets a trophy.
Go earn it. And shut up.
Everybody gets a trophy.
Yeah, whatever.
Everybody gets a trophy, though.
For little kids, that's fine, but grown adults don't need that. Could you imagine if everybody
got
got
sarcasm here, bro?
I know. I'm talking. I'm talking to other people that think that that's true.
That think that everybody should get a trophy.
Yeah.
Then we got Clemson and the Cocks.
Gamecocks. Clemson.
You think?
It's
Clemson.
You think Clemson's going to just blow them out?
But
But South Carolina's kind of turned it around a little bit, and South Carolina tends to give Clemson a fight.
Sure.
I mean, kind of like Auburn and Alabama, you know.
But on the flip side, after Clemson lost, they kind of turned it around. I don't know if you've seen them play. They're like a completely different team now.
Like it knocks some sense into
They're
them.
like, wait a minute,
we got
to play.
Yeah.
So that's going to be an interesting game, I think. I don't know if a lot of people are really paying attention to that game, but
yeah, that's key. That could be a key game
because they're like what 4. So
yeah, they're number 4.
If they lose another one, they're out.
Yeah, right.
Or if somebody else shines or outshines them.
Yeah, but they get the extra benefit of a championship game too. So
yeah. Utah and Colorado.
Man, what?
Colorado just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's like number 9. What?
I didn't even know they were ranked that high.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, so that one is for the Pac-12, whatever, one of the divisions.
Pacific.
The WAC-12.
The WAC-12, yeah. Now, it's
the WAC East.
One of them versus... It's not USC, right?
So what about Troy? Who are they playing?
Did they win last week?
Did they?
The men
of Troy.
They were
your
Can you look up Troy?
They were your buddies. I thought you were.
I don't think they played actually. No, they didn't.
They played last.
You didn't. They played last Thursday.
You didn't go to the game?
No. Who are they playing this week? Are they still ranked 25?
I have no idea.
Sun Belt Conference. It's going to start rivaling the SEC, man.
They are not in the top 25, so they must have lost.
Lame. They didn't even play, bro.
Last week they played.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, we were on the podcast.
They won that.
They did?
Yeah.
Then why did they drop?
It was the AP. I think they were.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what it is.
Notre Dame and USC. What do you guys think about that?
USC.
Yeah, I don't think Notre Dame's.
I think Notre Dame kind of
ever since Monte Teo
under kind of really remembering Manti Teo tonight, aren't you?
You really miss him, don't you? You miss his smile.
Yeah. And his story.
He's actually a special guest tonight. He's sitting right there. His girlfriend, actually.
And captivated the whole country.
We actually have his girlfriend as a special guest tonight. She,
all the way from Hawaii.
Yeah. She's a little sick. She can't speak.
Oh, okay.
All right, just stop.
So the Colorado game. Damn it, just had it. So USC has 2 losses in the conference or something. No, wait, that's not right.
I know they have one.
I'm sorry. Hang on. You can't go back very easily
because they're on the bottom of somebody's boot.
Here, standings. All right. So, okay, their conference, they are 7-2. Colorado 7-1. So if Colorado loses this game, they don't go to the championship game because USC beat them head to head. So that's what's on the line. Utah, they don't really have anything on the line. And then the other side, the Pac-12 North, it's Washington. So.
Well, we'll just...
And they play this... Oh, so that should have been on there, too. Washington State is this weekend, and the winner of that game goes to the championship. So
Alabama will just look down and see where they're at on their boot after that first game. What are you guys doing over there?
Hey, you guys still have a team? Didn't we shut you out?
Are you still playing?
Oh, you Alabama fans and your cockiness.
Hey.
It's coming.
I don't really talk trash, but I don't like USC, so.
Yeah, I know. I don't blame you.
So then we come to the granddaddy.
The biggest game.
The rivalry.
The rivalry.
I mean, seriously, everybody in the whole country likes this game.
This game is like
might as well just be the national championship.
Like when they throw greatest rivalries, Yankees and Red Sox, and then this game.
Everybody always points to Ohio State and Michigan.
They always do that. It's only when they're good, though.
And you're right. That's what I was getting ready to say. I think it flip-flops.
It does.
It flops back and forth. It's either Ohio State, Michigan, or Alabama.
Yeah.
But I think even when Alabama and Auburn are down, it still has more relevance than Ohio State and Michigan.
Dude, you live in Alabama.
It doesn't matter.
You're going to have a biased opinion.
So I have
live in Alabama.
I have something I need to play for you guys.
Let's hear it.
Hang on. I don't think I can do it.
Excuse me.
Keep talking.
Is it a live feed of the
Tumor's Corner?
Burning trees?
Being lit on fire? No.
Dude, what a jackwag.
You all right, man? Yeah. Getting choked up over this, huh? Killing the trees.
He's sad about the trees.
Oh, son. I mean, I'm an Alabama fan, but damn.
You used to not be.
I mean, I'm an Alabama fan. I really have always been one, but I mean,
please. When I first met you, you were like, dude, I love Auburn, man.
Well, you went to Auburn. That's why.
So you
whatever. And then you're like, I hate that guy.
Hate that guy.
Hate that guy.
And then I went over and visited Brad over in Alabama.
And I was like, I love this school. Love Alabama. So it was just wherever you had fun.
The dormitories are so nice here. They're so large and spacious.
I'll be honest
showers.
with you. Auburn has nicer facilities.
Well, they're a private school.
No, they're not.
No, they're a state school.
I thought. I'm pretty sure Auburn.
We had this argument before.
I thought that too, but on the ballot for in the election was add 2 board members to the Auburn Board of Trustees.
Yeah.
I was like, why are we voting? Oh, so it's like a land grant school. That's what it is. But Yeah. So, any thoughts on the game?
I think it's going to come down to the last second, and Saban's going to say 1 second left, and he's going to win the game.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's going to happen.
You don't think you don't think he'd? I mean,
if it comes down to 1 second,
well, I guess if this thing comes up short, he can field it and run it out. All right, here we go.
Here's the ball.
56-yarder. Does not have the leg. And Chris Davis takes it in the back of the end zone. He'll run it out to the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game.
Okay, so.
How do you feel right now, Brad?
Let's talk about. Okay, so I was at that game. Okay, I was there. I was in the student section. It was like the lid blew off the whole. It was crazy. I've never seen it. Like, we've had some pretty big wins. That was like the biggest win I've ever seen.
I think that was probably the win of the century.
Yeah.
It was probably the biggest football win in the history of football.
Well, just because
college football,
especially for them, because they had like the week before they had the Georgia like fumble, bobbling it, and so like that game is like, and
it ranks up there. It's probably the best game ever.
I mean, like how?
I'm sad to say Alabama lost.
The odds of them like doing that was like
there was so much on the line.
Yeah, they went to the championship game and then they went to the national championship. Yeah.
If you listen to the players, Auburn took a championship away from Alabama that year.
Yeah.
And they haven't forgot it. There's still players on the team from that.
Oh yeah, I know. And we haven't beat y'all since, I think, right?
So not only that, but that team that year, not only Auburn, but you got the Texas A&Ms, caused Saban to evolve. And,
he was already a good football coach.
Well, it was time for him to evolve. It was time for him to go up tempo.
Yeah, stop fighting.
You were so against that,
and go take his players and not say build the team as having the bigger guys, but have them be strong, big, and fast. Not Terrence Cody, where they're just like fat.
A big mountain, yeah.
So now you got the players that come up against your Auburns and your Texas A&Ms that are going no huddle and fast paced, and they're just like.
But Alabama can keep up with them.
Alabama's just like, okay, what?
Yeah.
Alabama's got the best defense in the nation.
Oh, yeah.
By far.
So now Alabama's gone into a shootout scenario and has won games, and Alabama's gone into slugfest with LSU and has won games.
Right.
So, that is thanks to that one game. That's one of the causes.
Oh,
that helped Saban.
Because that the season ended. That was it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could see how that would be like, oh my God, but yeah, but being on, I just like that game because I was there really,
and also in the pros, this might be completely wrong, but from what I can tell, linemen can only go 1 yard downfield, and then they're called for illegal man downfield on passes.
Right.
In college, you can go 3 yards.
Okay.
So Auburn, especially during that game, was pushing the limits. They were going 3 yards downfield, and defense was like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And that one play, I don't know if you remember it, the pop pass.
Yeah.
The pop pass is what killed us.
Yeah. That was right before that possession, right? We scored.
That was towards the end of the game.
Yeah, yeah.
The guy just got it dumped over his head because the linemen were downfield. Defense didn't know who to cover. But
they were still within the 3 yards.
They were within the 3 yards. It was legal.
Yeah, right. Okay.
But Saban had to come apart because of that. Because that is they were pushing the limits of it.
Right.
And it's just one of those things where it's like, should this really be legal? Should they really be able to go that far downfield?
Yeah, that seems a little far.
What, 3 yards?
Yeah.
If the rule is 3 yards, why not?
It's just the whole thing of
you play to your advantage. Whatever you're
true, but it's just the defense can only look at so many people. Yeah, so many
I don't think there's
eligible
anything
receivers.
wrong with it. I mean, if the rule's 3 yards, then what's wrong with it?
Oh, it's not. It's just saying like, I mean, in reality,
I'm going to be like, I'm going to be a good sport.
No.
Not play.
If in reality, there's probably a couple linemen that are beyond the 3.
Well, they call it.
But if they're all, well, sometimes they miss it. But if they're all pushing forward, then it's kind of like, well, you see that? Like
maybe they need to adjust the rule then.
Hey,
but Saban saw that. Hey, you guys are not going to call this. This is fair. He's done it now.
Yeah. So I mean,
he's played to the advantage of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what you have to do.
You've got to evolve, and
you got to adapt.
You can't give anybody a leg up.
Right.
So, yeah, that was a huge disappointment.
So can we?
It was a probably, like you said, the play of the century. Mm-hmm. I don't think there will be something in our lifetime that rivals it, but as I said, it did cause Alabama to evolve. So
can we make predictions on the score?
If you want,
you guys can.
Why won't you?
I have no idea. I don't know what team's going to show up.
This is going to be a defensive battle because Auburn has a good defense this year.
We actually do. We got Cameron Petway. He's coming back. So thank God. But
you guys got a kicker too.
Yeah.
He's up for this Legatron?
Legatron, yeah. It's in Tuscaloosa though, so
I mean,
not saying that we couldn't win there, but I'm just saying like it's crowd advantage is definitely something.
I will say this: it's going to come down to the defense, whose defenses can outlast the other, and it's going to come down to quarterback play.
I think it's going to be a blowout. Alabama's going to win 21-0, 21-3. 20. Alabama's going to have 21. Auburn's going to have 7 or 3.
Yeah,
but it's going to come down to, like I said, defense and quarterback play.
Yeah. Yep.
21.
Who knows?
21-7 or 21-3. I'll put money on it.
Bet it.
That's what it's going to be.
Yeah, it'll be a good game.
Alabama, of course.
Nah.
Alabama's going to win at 21-7.
Okay. All right.
21-3.
Okay.
Oh, already?
I figured I wouldn't alienate you yet.
Please.
Give me...
I said no.
I said no.
I said no.
Oh, was science on the table? Did you say no science?
No, science is on the table, sir.
All right, give me science.
I'm going to give you some science.
Nice.
All right, you ready? Are you ready? I'm going to, if I can get a word in. What element is represented by the letters H, G in the periodic table? Play it.
I hate chemistry.
I like chemistry.
I hate chemistry. I never memorized the periodic table.
I like chemistry, though.
I'm not going to get this. HG.
I studied chemistry every day
In high school.
A lot of people won't understand that, but I did.
I'm just going to guess.
I got chemistry. I got chemistry homework. I can't.
I don't think that's it, but...
What did you put? All right, turn it. Did you get it?
The correct answer is Mercury. Yes. Chris got it.
Yeah, I knew that.
Brad picked hydrogen.
What?
It's an H.
I just picked an H.
What?
Because I don't know
You
it.
should have picked like potassium or calcium or something.
Potassium's K.
I know. But like
I know
H?
I was going to say borium, just for the hell of it.
Yeah, or like unobtainium or something.
Uranium.
Selenium.
The way the wind blows.
You want redemption? Here are the redemption rules. Chris puts his point on the line.
That's a better way to explain it.
What's in it for me then? It's gotta. The odds have to be stacked against him.
All right, there's a point up in the air. We'll put it that way. There's a point up in the air. You can get 2 points if you get it right.
I've already gotten 1 point. So I mean, so I'm gonna get a total of 3 points.
You stand to win 2 points. I only stand to win one,
but not 0.
Yeah.
Okay, it's up to you. And I get to pick it.
Yeah, and also you get to pick the topic.
Yep.
All right, let's do it. We need like a little
Geography.
Oh, buddy.
Snap.
Snap your neck.
So if I win it, though, I get a total of 3 points on the night.
No, you get 2.
What?
Why 3?
I said you stand to win 2 points.
What?
Total.
What?
Here we go. Ready? And if nobody gets it, nobody gets.
He only gets his original 1 point.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, ready? On your mark. I'm just kidding. Which city has the largest population in the world? World. Play it. Hit that.
All right. Time's up. What did you put?
Brad put some city in India.
Calcutta? Bing.
Chris put Mexico City. The answer is Tokyo.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought that.
Yeah, me neither.
Now you lose 2 points.
I don't lose anything.
Oh, okay. Well, that was.
I would never have thought that Tokyo is that big.
Yeah. Well, their apartments were like.
I mean, I've been to Tokyo. It didn't seem that big.
Wait, you've been to Tokyo?
Yeah.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Toyo.
Where's the base there?
Well, the base that I went is kind of right outside of Tokyo, but I got a chance to go into Tokyo. But it's an Air Force base. I spent a little bit of time there.
What's it called?
Tokyo Drift.
Gosh, it's been Yokota.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Air Force Base.
It's not.
It's right outside of Tokyo. It's near Mount
that's
Fuji.
Weird. It doesn't have a
Mr.
American
Fuji.
name. It doesn't have an American
They call it
name.
Yokota Air Force Base. Yeah.
Is that the only base there that we have?
I mean, I don't know. Probably not. I know there's a little fobs out there near Fuji and stuff like that.
fobs.
But
Key fobs.
I spent a couple weeks there. But my favorite part was down south in Okinawa.
Oh, okay.
Southern Japanese.
I mean, I don't know
Way
if they're
down
referred to
south.
as Southern Japanese, but it is in Southern Japan.
They're Southerners.
Do they have Southern
They,
accents?
they have like I can't even do a Southern. Speak Japanese Southern. I don't even know if you could do that.
It's high noon.
You can't. You cannot.
Rings from above.
Oh,
How do you know this?
he hears
Pay
all-
attention.
Because
Because
when
I
he's
hear it every week.
when he falls asleep, that's what he hears.
This is amazing.
This is amazing.
Coltrane. What do you want to talk about?
Since we have last spoken about video games, I have completed the not King's Fall. What am I talking about? The Wrath of the Machine raid. And what game is that in?
Destiny.
Destiny.
I made that.
Is that
I
just
made that myself.
is that just a raid logo in the middle?
Shh. Yes, it's the Siva logo with the Raid
Okay.
logo.
Okay.
Couldn't find a good one. I just made it myself. Of
So
the machine.
you joined us at the very last part of it,
Yeah,
Sunday.
all them Siva balls.
Yes, balls everywhere. And we completed it. Blake and I were playing for the weekend and pretty much carried the whole way. And And you got...
Was it your progress that we were playing on?
Yeah, that was my checkpoint.
Okay.
So Blake and I got through the whole game, and the funny part is Blake wasn't there Sunday to finish it, and you joined in and finished it.
Did you text him to see if he was on? Or?
I did, but he was working.
Okay.
So he couldn't finish it. And we started playing last night, and it was the reset, so
yeah,
it got reset. I'm pretty sure once you beat it, you can't start from that checkpoint again.
No, you can't. It resets.
So I wouldn't have been able to do it anyways. I think we'd had to go from his checkpoint, but neither one of us had a checkpoint, so we just found somebody that had a checkpoint and started playing from theirs. Some of the people you play with,
telling
they're
LFG's no joke.
It is no joke. You get people that, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you're not familiar with video games, if you're not familiar with Destiny, you probably don't even know anything of what I'm talking about right now. But if you are, and you've done the Wrath of the Machine, you'll know what I'm talking about. When you get empowered at the very end, you call out, "Hey, I'm empowered," and where you're at, left, middle, or right.
Yes.
So you know.
If somebody needs to cover somewhere.
Yeah, if somebody needs to, reallocate the empowerment.
Easy enough.
Easy enough. You also call out your servitors and what type there are.
Yeah, because they're different. You have to use a specific cannon for a specific servitor, and they're not near each other. So
it all makes sense. It takes a little while to learn it. I'll give you that.
You got to go through the rhythm, but that's it.
The mechanics are a little...
But they're
not... I mean, they're straightforward, but it takes a little bit to get the rhythm, and it takes a little bit to learn what you got to do.
Into a groove, yeah.
I get that. But you got to have communication. You got to know how to communicate with your team.
Yes.
So we get this guy, and I'll tell you, I'm thankful that he had the checkpoint, and I'm thankful that we got the checkpoint from him. But this poor guy did not know how to communicate with the rest of the team. He talked. He had a mic, but when it came time to speak to the rest of the team about the empowerment and the servitors and those sort of mechanics, we would call out empowered left or empowered right or empowered center, and we would say, okay, so here's how it would go. Somebody would say empowered left, and he would say empowered. So where are you? He's like, I'm right here. Oh who is this?
Right.
This is he said his gamer tag. I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, where are you? I'm right here.
This isn't real life, buddy. I can't see you.
I mean, are you waving at me right now? You need to say left, right, or center.
Mm-hmm. That way I don't have to turn to look for you.
Yeah, and your character's not going to wave either.
Right.
I mean, you might be waving. You might be doing some emote.
Then why are you playing
But that's going to take way too much time.
Yeah, and you'll be dead. So
you just say empowered center. It's 2 words.
That's it.
And then we got
Bam.
it. The rest of the team got it.
Easy peasy.
He didn't get it. I mean, it took him a while, but he still didn't get it. And we ended up having to just all back out.
Yeah.
And regroup without him.
Right.
Felt kind of bad, but...
Well, if you're not going to communicate, then that's what's going to happen.
He just didn't get it.
Yeah, I can't believe he didn't... I could see maybe a couple of times he didn't really understand. That's kind of was I was... When we played it, I was kind of like, okay, what the hell's going on? But... I mean, it didn't take me that much to figure it out.
And he was also like a 359.
What?
Trying to play the raid.
How the hell was he in there?
I don't know how he got in. I thought you had to be a 370
minimum to even be in
to access it.
Right.
But he was in it. He got us to checkpoint.
Okay. Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate it.
But you need some help.
Then we run into somebody else that wanted to remind us that this was the normal mode and it wasn't hard mode, and kept asking us why we kept dying.
Why?
But we didn't have a problem dying with anybody else. So I'm wondering if he was the common denominator. But
did you ask him if he was sweaty?
Why are you so pretty sweaty, buddy? We can't hang with you. We need to get our light level up.
Yeah.
So these are just kind of the people that you encounter when you're using LFG. Yeah. LFG is something that I just found out that was part of the update, I guess.
Yeah, that's the newest
Very
feature.
handy when you're doing things like the raids, because you don't always have 6 people on. Mm-hmm. But you also run into people like this that don't exactly communicate well, or
you're taking a gamble whenever you go.
Or maybe
to the internet.
They think that they just know best.
Oh yeah. Dude, this is normal.
Dude, how are you dying?
What are you doing that's making me suck? Oh, well, I guess I'm just terrible at this game.
I don't know.
Give me a break, man.
So I'm stuck at a plateau right now. I'm 391, and no matter what I do, I can't get past it. So I'm going to try to rally the troops, get everybody together, and maybe try to do hard.
No.
You know?
No.
It's gonna be a task, but
I gotta do it. But I'm just saying. Like,
I mean, you didn't play the first part. The first part was not as difficult.
Yeah, I know.
So
Yeah.
if we can beat the first part, we'll get
up
some
there.
gear.
Oh yeah,
and
that's right.
It'll bring us up a little bit.
That's true. Oh, it's so sweaty.
Really like that, don't you?
It's just funny. Just why is the word sweaty associated with people that try
greatness.
too hard?
It's a soccer thing, really, from what I found out.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. I need to look. I looked up what sweaty meant in an Urban Dictionary. But yeah, I need to find the origin.
I also started playing one of the games that I purchased, Gears of War 4.
You did.
How is it, bro?
It's pretty good.
Best game in the whole wide world.
If I buy it, will you trade yours in?
Will I trade mine in?
Chris.
Oh,
Chris,
I see what you're saying.
this weekend
Elven Scrolls
is free.
for Elven.
I know you already have it, but Brad can play it now because it's free for the
What?
weekend.
The Elven Scrolls?
Yeah.
No, thank you. You guys abandoned me on that. That's why I hadn't bought a single game since then.
You bought Call of Duty, right? After that?
No.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you did.
No.
I remember it. You
Yeah.
have Black Ops.
3.
Are you going to buy Infinite Warfare?
No.
Come on, bro.
They're kind of lame now, you know?
They are, man.
You know, they're just the same thing over again and over and over again.
Yeah. Nobody bought it.
Did nobody buy it?
No.
Sales are down. It's like the first time in like
tanking.
6 years.
I think because it's just overdone.
It's the same thing every year.
Yeah, they're just
reskin.
trying to just make more money, make more
Spread
money.
it around.
Which
between
I don't
three
blame them trying to
companies.
make money, but they gotta.
They got to keep people coming back. People
Yeah.
are figuring it out. That's the problem. People figured it out.
Lame.
And then you got other companies that are giving free DLC and expansions, and then you got Call of Duty that's microtransactioning the crap out of people. So it's like, well, which way are you going to go?
But
Ah.
this is what I don't get. You got, on one side of the house, you got Call of Duty. It's, the Goliath crap fest right now of Activision. Then you got Destiny.
Yeah.
Complete opposite.
Oh, yeah. It's because Bungie.
But
Activision just publishes the game.
I know, but they have some say
Oh,
in
yeah,
it.
they do. Yeah.
So
But their microtransactions are not, they're for dances, like
well, I know.
emotes. So it's like, or silver dust. It's nothing, it's only cosmetic. So it's nothing that gives you an advantage. So I don't.
But Gears of War 4,
Oh, yeah.
I read going into it that it was kind of like it was compared to Star Wars, The Force Awakens.
Oh,
the storytelling.
Okay.
How it, brought the new characters in and then kind of mixed them with the
Dude, totally hit. Okay.
do it.
Get it.
But it kind of brought the old or new characters in and then, mixed them in with the old characters
Right.
to establish the new and had a new story for the new generation. And I can see that moving along. It's pretty interesting so far. It's still Gears of War.
Mm-hmm.
Still fun to just chainsaw people and, play Gears of War. Weapons are fun to use. I don't know how much people care about spoilers and the campaign. And if you care about knowing anything about the campaign right now, then I would suggest tuning out. But so far, what I've played, the story is Marcus Phoenix has a son with Anya.
Oh, really?
And he's running from the Swarm, which is basically a mutated version of the Locusts.
Mm-hmm.
Because when the Locusts were killed in Gears of War 3, they didn't show this in Gears 3, so it was just kind of something added in 4 to kind of go back and say, oh, this is what happened.
Right.
But when they were killed, their bodies crystallized and they went into like a hibernation thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it preserved them, and then they mutated, and now they're back as the Swarm. So that's the enemy now.
Okay. Yeah, I heard that it was a different enemy, but I didn't know it was the Locust.
It's the Locust.
Okay.
So they're capturing people, and they're harvesting their bodies for energy, I think. That's kind of where I'm at. It has a little bit more.
So you just played single player? Is that what you said?
Smith and I are co-oping it.
Okay. Is it just 2-player co-op?
It is.
That's stupid.
I was told that it's 2-player co-op because there's only 2 players in certain spots, which I get that. But, you play games where, okay, there's only 2 players in the story, but hey, we just added a soldier here.
Mm-hmm. Halo.
Yeah.
There's 4 Spartans, but there's really only 1.
Yeah, in the cutscene, there's only 1.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It's not that immersive, people. Come on.
We don't have to think too deep about this.
It's the mechanic. That's it.
We just, you put only 1 person in there for storytelling. We get that. But you can put 3 other people in there just for the fun aspect of game playing.
Yeah.
You don't have to keep everything super realistic.
Yeah.
I mean, I
think that's just their excuse for not putting it in. It's probably some other limitation that they don't want to admit.
I mean, you got games that are going 4-player co-op, as in Dead Rising.
Yeah.
Dead Rising is going 4-player co-op.
Yeah.
And then you got games like Gears of War that's going back to 2-player. With the Xbox One as being as powerful as it is, I don't know why you can't just develop a game that's...
Who knows?
4-player co-op should be a standard if you're going to have a campaign.
It should be 4 players, not 3.
Online
Destiny.
Multiplayer co-op on anything.
What are we? I mean, we're basically using dedicated servers. How's that hard? Get them to do all the processing. Did you hear about the Xbox with the Oculus Rift?
No, I knew they were working with it.
It's going to be a flop, bro.
They're going to allow you to, if you have a Windows 10 PC in your home, it's basically going to stream. If I read it right, it's going to stream from your Xbox to your PC and then the PC to the Oculus. But it's not going to be like support like you look around. It's basically just going to be like a screen that floats in front of you. So it's like your TV's in front of you in the Oculus. Sounds pretty interesting. So I don't know how if they're just like doing that to try to play catch up with PSVR, or if this is what they're going to use with Scorpio. I don't know, but yeah, I just saw that yesterday. I was like, that's came out of nowhere. So, Watch Dogs 2. It's fun.
You've been playing that.
It's been pretty good. It's just fun to roam around and dick around and cause accidents. I don't know why I get such a kick out of that.
Cause chaos.
It's just fun. And I noticed that Prius like electric cars catch on fire really quick compared to any other vehicle.
Are they trying to say something?
I think so. I don't know. Yeah. And motorcycles. If you get a motorcycle like going and then you speed them up, they'll catch on fire. And it's funny because like it's just a chain reaction. It just goes, you just hear this boom, 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 and you're like, what the hell is going on?
I saw a Twitter comment to Ubisoft, and it said, somebody commented and said, The Witcher 3 was a really great game. Something to that effect.
Right.
And Ubisoft responded, we didn't make that game.
Yeah.
And then the person commented back, I know, you couldn't make anything like that great.
Oh, man. Jeez.
So I thought that was pretty
harsh. Ubisoft's trying at least. I don't know. They got the seamless. Well, they have one part of the seamless multiplayer back. So you have to go initiate multiplayer, but the seamless multiplayer is where they just pop up in your game randomly. But this one you have to like go to the app and like open it and all that stuff. But yeah, it was pretty fun. I suck at it, so who knows? But yeah, it's a good game. It's got a lot of like moral and ethical things, surprisingly. Yeah, I mean it's San Francisco, so looks good.
I don't have a song for it. I guess we need to because it's something that's interesting to us. So I guess we probably should have a segment for it. But science. Got a little science on the docket today.
Uh-oh. What kind of science are we talking about here, Chris?
Last week we talked about Mars.
Yeah.
Somebody pulled a topic of Mars. And we talked about, I think I brought up the subject of, and Justin gave me the name. I didn't have a name for it. The EM drive.
Yeah.
I had read somewhere about it being proven possible, and you found the source of that.
Yeah. So I don't know if you saw an article about it before, but anyways, after you had said that, like the next day or two after, I saw a headline that said NASA has an EM drive that works or something. And I was like, well, that's weird. Like, what are the odds that you just mentioned that? Because I had heard about it before, how they were testing it and all this. But yeah, so basically, if it works, it proves physics wrong almost. I don't know. There's probably more at work on it.
Now, explain what you meant about proves physics wrong, because...
Okay, so here, there's this article. So Newton's third law is basically for every action, there's an equal opposite reaction. The EM drive violates it because, okay, I'll just read this. This principle explains, for instance, why a canoe glides forward when someone paddles. The force applied as the paddle moves through the water propels the canoe in the opposite direction. It's also why jet engines generate thrust. The EM drive doesn't expel anything at all, and that doesn't make sense in light of Newton's third law or anything tenet of classical mechanics, the conservation of momentum. If the EM drive moves forward without expelling anything out the back, then there's no opposing force to explain the thrust. It's a bit like arguing that a person inside a car could propel it forward by repeatedly hitting the steering wheel, or that the crew of a spaceship could fly the craft to their destination simply by pushing on the walls. So basically, the EM drive doesn't put out thrust, but it moves forward.
I thought you were going to say it doesn't put out.
It doesn't put out, period. Let's see. So they published their results in a peer-reviewed journal that's coming out soon. So that means that a couple of independent scientists have looked at it. The setup, the results, and the interpretation found it to be reasonable. So, does this have anything to do with us finding the gravitational waves? No, this has been around for a while. The person that proposed it was 20 years ago, I think. Yeah, first proposed 20 years ago by a British scientist. So,
we need to get on it.
Yeah, we need to.
Something else other than solid
rocket. Yeah, I mean, so you could give it if this thing worked like it's thought to. Oh, look, it says turns out the EM drive is capable of producing 1.2 millinewtons per kilowatt of energy.
What does that give us some sort of comparison? Is it?
Let's see.
How many Saturn V's?
Yeah, hang on. That's not a lot of thrust compared to more traditional engines, but it's far from as insignificant considering the completely fuel-free setup. And to put that in perspective, light sails and other related technologies, which are propelled by the push of photons, only generate a fraction of that thrust, between 3.3 and 6.7 micronewtons per kilowatt.
The that photon generator engine.
Yeah.
When I took an astrophysics class in college, they were talking about it. They said it only puts enough thrust out as this paper puts on your finger.
Really?
But
wow.
In space.
Now, in space, though, if you continually apply that,
it multiplies.
It multiplies, and it's like you could be going 1,000 miles an hour. Mm-hmm. It's still always going to increase.
Right.
Exponentially.
Not exponentially, fast. It'll take you a long time to get up there, but once you get up, I mean, so it's pretty impressive.
It is.
You can go faster than the speed of light, right?
No.
I mean, that's how you go back in time.
No.
Yeah. Am I right?
So there's also this other thing. It's called the there's also this thing called the Alcubierre drive, and I can't remember if it's like the same thing as an EM drive, but the Alcubierre drive is like a warp drive almost, like it warps space around your ship. And
you made that up. You saw a berry on a walk one time, and you were like, "I'm going to call it that."
I'm gonna make this up for this podcast. I'm gonna make in a couple of years. So it's out there. We'll see where it goes. Who knows? It might not go anywhere. It might just be a hoax. You never know. But yeah, so if this thing worked the way it's thought to, you could make it to the moon in 4 hours. So you could take a little trip to the moon and back
in a day.
Yeah.
Well,
be back in time for
dinner.
You
mentioned that they don't know how it works.
Right. They don't understand what's causing it.
And
fully.
It's consuming something. They just don't know what, apparently.
Yeah.
Well,
I just think it's just some aspect of physics that we don't understand.
Kind of like gravity.
We're finding out a little bit more about gravity.
We understand how gravity works, but we don't. I mean, we understand. We don't fully understand how it works, but we know it. We know what it does.
Right. I'm just saying we found gravitational waves.
We know how to manage,
and that's huge. That's a lot bigger than what everybody's made it out to be.
Yeah, like they just stopped talking about it, but that was probably one of the biggest astrophysics finds of your lifetime, almost.
Like E equals MC squared.
Yeah, I mean that it finished proving Einstein's theory. So
yeah,
and I think they detected another one, didn't they? Like
I haven't heard anything.
Not recently, but like shortly after that one, something. I don't know, but yeah. So we're making a lot of pretty good headway.
We should just make a nuclear rocket.
No, that's what they have. I mean, that's not what we have, but I'm saying
what we need to do is explode.
No,
have a bunch of little nuclear explosions.
No, so push us.
Controlled explosions right behind us.
Leave this wake of radiation.
Don't worry about how we slow down.
Don't. We'll use the arrow braking.
You just put it in the opposite direction.
You just slingshot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to come down to you got a trip that's 2 years long. Mm-hmm. For the first year, you're speeding up. For the next year, you're slowing down.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if you want to think about it, the Voyager probe still out there,
still speeding up.
It's still. I mean, it's kind of gaining. I don't think the engines work anymore or whatever.
Yeah, it does.
It does?
I think so.
But yeah, so I saw, this is random, but it has its own Twitter account, naturally. And it said it takes 15 hours to get a signal to Earth.
I mean,
it's crazy.
It's like out of the solar system. Yes, it is.
This is weird. No, I mean, I agree with you, but
There's
I'm saying
2 of them, aren't there?
No, the other one's out. Like the other one, I didn't know this. It went up the plane on the plane of the. So you know how the plane is like this flat disc almost.
Yeah.
The other one went up that way, so they lost signal. It's gone.
Well, why do we not have signal that way?
I don't know. I don't know how that deep space network works.
It's a big disc frisbee.
So
I was wondering the same thing actually.
So the other one's in the Kuiper Belt.
It's beyond that.
Oh, way beyond that. It's like way beyond that, bro. It is out of our solar system. It was declared out of our solar system like 2 years ago.
I know that, but I saw this on the Science Channel. It's called.
Did they put hamsters in it or something?
No. On the Science Channel, what's the show called?
The Kuiper Belt is
not how the universe works, but it's Space's Deep Secrets or something. And they talked about how big is the solar system really. So basically, it's like when does the solar system's influence end? And there was some people that were like,
it never
goes. No, well, I mean,
solar system?
In theory,
the magnetosphere,
the influence,
the magnetosphere from the sun is the boundary, pretty much.
Well, like the influence on it, it never really goes away because you have gravity.
Well, yeah, I'm saying
it's always going to be
that's
like
why,
my fingernail has its own gravitational pull.
Yeah.
To a star on the other side.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that
universe.
The way that some people interpret it is like you got to go freaking far to get it out of the influence of the solar system. So, but that's just but then that brings in the thing of, are there other planets that are in the solar system that are beyond? You know what I mean?
They're uninhabitable, so it really doesn't matter. What's the name of that?
That doesn't qualify.
There could be a rogue. There could be a rogue planet out there.
It's just, it matters, but it's just like, what's the point in knowing about it? Just like I just want to see aliens. I want to see something cool. I want to be able to live on a different planet in my lifetime. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to find some useless rock floating around in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
You never know.
Unless it has like Martians on it or something. Because they left Mars because they destroyed it or something.
How have you never watched Contact?
I don't know. What's the name of that satellite? I'm Googling it. I forgot.
Voyager?
Was it Voyager?
Voyager. Anybody?
Star
Where
Trek.
that's from? Oh, nice.
Star Trek Voyager.
You win a point. I'm just kidding.
I get one.
Yeah.
Biz quiz.
Yeah. Yes. You get half a point.
Bonus points. I feel you pulsating.
So sweaty. Literally.
For all you sweaty gals and girls, males and females, everyone, this is the topic box. The rules are simple. Each person pulls a topic. Each person will discuss the topic. And after we have all discussed a topic and pulled a topic, the topic box segment will conclude. Now there are a few special rules. You cannot use your own topic. Of course, no rodeos. And you must entertain the topic that you pulled. So, without further ado, now that I've finished reading the ever-living special rules document, Justin, please pull the first topic out of the topic box.
Pass.
You don't get to do that.
This is my topic. What the heck is this? Tsar Bomba?
What?
What is that?
Pick that.
What is that?
Google it. Google it real quick. Let's watch it.
God.
We were talking about this earlier. Just
Watching
Google
it. I don't want to watch it.
Go to YouTube. Type in Tsar Bomba. If you guys want to see an awesome mushroom cloud, it's pretty sweet. It's crazy.
Is this
That is the biggest nuclear bomb ever
detonated
in the world.
hydrogen?
Where was it?
It's Russia. It's on a little island, very north part of Russia, near the Arctic Circle. It's so awesome. It was
When
like
was that?
it was like
Megatons.
5 trillion times more powerful than the one in Hiroshima or something.
Holy crap. That's
Maybe
crazy.
like megatons. I don't know. I gotta look it up. Isn't that awesome? I know we were just talking about you want to see a nice mushroom cloud. I was like, I'll show you a mushroom cloud.
I'll show you a mushroom cloud.
A mushroom stand. I mean cloud.
Nice.
Okay, it was a hydrogen bomb. It was detonated in 1961.
I was going to say the hydrogen bombs are the most powerful ones.
Yes,
I think.
they are.
for the neutrino
Thermonuclear,
bombs.
hydrogen, same thing.
What about
Pretty
the
much-
neutrino bombs?
No. Pretty much a hydrogen bomb it takes a plutonium bomb to set it off, because plutonium bomb is fission.
Okay.
You separate the atoms.
Right.
And it's a very big explosion, chain reaction. A hydrogen bomb, you have to use that explosion to fuse hydrogen together.
The original ones, they were just like shooting it, weren't
it's
they?
fusion. What's that?
The original ones, they were just having like a shot,
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
like when what's his name, Oppenheimer.
the very original. You're
They
talking
just had
about
like
the
they just had like a thing that just fired at the
what you're thinking about is the very first nuclear bomb.
yeah.
Which was not even tested before. It was the very first nuclear bomb. Well, I'm sorry. There was two types of nuclear bombs that were dropped in World War II. You had your plutonium and you had your uranium.
Yeah, they had to like assemble it and
the
disassemble it.
plutonium bomb was tested.
Right.
The uranium bomb had never been tested. They were so certain it was going to work because they didn't have enough uranium.
Right. Yeah.
And so they took an artillery barrel and they took two halves. No, really.
I know.
It was made out of
they
an
had to
artillery
shoot-
barrel. They had to accelerate one end to make that critical mass, and that's what set it off.
That was what Oppenheimer had to figure that out.
Yeah, they knew they were so confident that it would work that there was no testing done on it because they just didn't have the material to do it.
That's what fell over. What?
See, the hardest part about making that kind of bomb, like I could make one if I had
but you just don't have
enriched uranium. Yeah. Enriching the uranium is the most difficult part about that one. Plutonium bomb's a completely different story. I can get in the details on that, the physics and how to build it.
Yeah, I think I told you guys about it, but I don't remember the name of the show, but it was the Great American something on the History Channel where it went into all the different competitions over American history and had like Steve Jobs versus Bill Gates and
I think I've seen that.
And it was Oppenheimer versus whoever the Russian, may not have been Russian, but German scientist.
Soviet?
No, it was a Russian scientist. German scientist. Forgot his name. But
Oppenheimer?
No,
sounds kind of German to me.
No,
I know he was
an American.
I know.
He was a teacher, and they just kind of plucked him out of school.
I mean, they did it to a lot of people.
I know he was just teaching.
A lot of the folks that
He's like,
had specialties.
Hey, I've never done anything like this. I've just taught like science. There was nothing called nuclear physics to that level. But
it's impressive though.
They had to take apart the bomb, and they had to take apart the firing mechanism, I believe, and they had to reassemble it on the plane right before it was being detonated. And they had to make sure they were doing it right before it fell. And then they dropped it.
Yeah.
So they were all freaking out when they were sweating.
Could you imagine that? Like, I don't know, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts. But yeah, it was very, very simple. I mean, simplistic from how complicated they are these days. These days, they're all hydrogen bombs. Like every bit of every nuclear device we have,
we don't have any
in our inventory is a hydrogen bomb, which obviously it's a regular nuclear bomb that set off to fuse hydrogen together. And it pretty much produces, that's why it's so bright. It produces the same, well, I don't know if that's why it's so bright, but it mimics the same thing that happens in the sun.
I think they said, from what I've heard, I think it's actually the explosion, the heat is actually more intense than the sun.
Well, it's in the core, because that's what happens in the core of the sun.
Yeah.
Is fusion, and then fission is on the outside. But yes, it is more on a hydrogen bomb. It is hotter than the surface of the sun.
That's crazy. That we have that.
Cool.
We have something that can get hotter than the sun in the inside of our atmosphere.
Yeah, they were afraid actually when they were making them that it would like start off a chain reaction and just blow up the whole world. Yeah. But they proved that wrong, thankfully.
Well, they didn't know. They were like, "Well, I guess we're just going to do it.
Well, we're going to find out.
See what happens."
They took a calculated risk on it.
Yeah.
Took a calculated risk with the Earth.
Yeah. I mean, well, okay, if you screw it up, then who's going to care?
Nobody's going to know.
Nobody's going to care after that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. No, I thought you guys would like that. You say you want to see a mushroom cloud.
That's pretty cool.
There's some in the that the Americans did. We don't test them like that anymore because it's
banned.
Yeah. We signed that treaty, but
we test them in the ocean.
We simulate testing.
Yeah.
In a computer.
I don't even think we test them underground anymore.
No.
North Korea does. Yeah, North Korea.
Yeah. But they don't have a hydrogen bomb.
No.
Like we've got
an atomic bomb.
We've got them at bay. I mean, okay, they might have like an atomic bomb. Okay, but our batteries, our defense mechanisms would first not let it get to the United States.
Right. Yeah. We can shoot it down easily. Hopefully.
But
anyways.
But it's all relies on a mutually assured destruction.
Mm-hmm.
That and your ability to have a second strike capability. If somebody attacks you first,
you
for you to
retaliate
and destroy them.
Mm-hmm. That's what keeps them from doing it. Supposedly, unless you're crazy enough.
Allegedly.
So, anyways, go ahead.
It's cool.
Go ahead,
that topic,
Chris.
That was a good topic, guys.
Well,
it's not
we're going to ruin them all because these are all stupid now.
Lol. of accelerating returns.
Law of accelerating returns.
Yeah.
Can you provide further context to that?
Is this the opposite of law of diminishing returns?
No. This has to do with. Hang on.
Are you like returning stuff that you didn't like for your birthday?
Because I know what the law of diminishing returns is.
So
happy birthday, by the way.
Thanks. Why did this remind you of that?
I don't know.
So the accelerating returns thing. So let me hit you with this example.
Hit me.
Hit you. If you go, okay, so if you take somebody from, let's say, 1778 and bring them here, right? You get in your time machine. You got to come back with me.
It'd be the butterfly effect.
Marty.
No, listen. You bring them, ignoring all space time crap. You just pick them up, bring them here. You let them look at the world. And it's not true. I mean, obviously, whatever. But they say that they would be so shocked by the different world that they're in that they would have a heart attack and die.
You think so?
Well, I don't know.
I don't believe that.
I don't believe them crazy boy science thing. Anyways, so take that. So that's what, 200, almost 200 years, a little bit over, whatever. Take that. So then you take the dude from 78. Take him. He goes back in time to the turn of the century, 1000.
The same amount of time.
1000 AD, right? No, not the same amount, just like some other greater period. That dude from 1000 AD will be that kind of shocked too about their thing.
So he went 800 years, right?
Yeah. So what the law of accelerating returns is, the further we get with technology, like you notice this too when you think about it.
And I've thought about this many, many times.
So
that's why we're gonna live forever.
Yeah. Well, so if you take, so like us, we didn't have the internet like when we were kids, right? So
yeah, we did.
If you take us and put us, so say you go back to your 5-year-old self, bring him to now, he's not gonna have a heart attack and die, but they'll be so baffled by what they're seeing. The point is that it exponentially grows to where you notice how we have new technological things that are closer together in space. The guy from the medieval times and the guy from the colonial times, they can kind of relate a little bit better because they have some of the same technology.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay.
And I've always wondered that too, because
somebody's actually sat down and thought about this. And
I mean, who doesn't think about that? I think about it all the time.
Well,
I'll send you the article. I'd like to read it.
So the theory is that when we get to a certain point,
is it going to start going backwards?
No, won't have any technological.
So we won't be able to find anything newer.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's impossible, I think.
Well, it's already been theorized that we're all going to become machines, and I know that sounds goofy, but
that's where that's how I found this.
They're going to hook my brain up in like a vat.
Yeah, this thing. I was reading some kind of article about AI and like how people are viewing it and stuff, and this popped up like the law of accelerating returns. It's like, well, so at some point you're going to start creating things that can create themselves.
You create a sentient being,
and then it's like, well, that thing's going to take over.
There's
because
no point in us.
They're going to kill us off.
Yeah. Or they'll take we put our consciousness into a
that's the next
robot.
That's the next evolutionary step.
Yeah. So I just thought that was fun.
I'm actually excited about it.
I'm looking forward to this.
I mean, it may be a doomsday for us as we note life today, but
I don't think it'll be a sudden event.
But it'd be kind of cool, though. I mean, okay.
Have you seen The Matrix?
I mean, it's like, darn, my body's old. Well, here, I think I'm going to cross over into put my brain in a vat, and then like, have you seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? With
Krang?
the head. What was it? The head?
Krang?
Was it?
Where his head's right here?
Nah. I thought it was just a head that was like a robot.
Yeah, Krang. He has a body and he's just a brain, and he can come out of the stomach and just float around as a brain.
I don't know about that. It's been years. But something like that, like I get a new body, I get a robot body. Mm-hmm. Like, oh crap, my body's worn out, I get a robot body. I still have the same consciousness that I have now. I have the same thoughts.
It's kind of like
the same.
you may not really understand this comparison, but it's kind of like imaging a computer. You give the computer new hardware, but the software and all the imaging, the operating system carries over. Just you might get that comparison. Mm-hmm. So you put the new operating system imaged, meaning it has all the same programs and it's a copy of what you see there. You put it on the new hardware and it has to learn its new hardware.
Yeah. Like, I'll get robot legs one day. Chill.
So his article is from 1999.
I think that's kind of a philosophical.
It's a book. It's called The Age of Spiritual Machines.
It's kind of like a philosophical theory.
Yeah. It says that he predicts that such paradigm shifts have and will continue to become increasingly common, leading to quote unquote technological change so rapid and profound it represents a rupture in the fabric of human history. He believes the law of accelerating returns implies that a technological singularity will occur before the end of the 21st century, around 2045. So
sweet in our lifetime.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun to think about, and I don't know if you could pinpoint it exact, like right 2045 or something like that. But I like to think about the idea of something like the diminishing returns, because
and also the technological singularity is also another thing for artificial superintelligence.
The law of diminishing returns is something completely different.
That's about economy.
Yeah, that's when you're making
accelerating returns.
Accelerate. Anyways,
you know what I mean. But yeah, I enjoy thinking about stuff like that. I actually dream about stuff like that all the time.
Good. Daydream about it.
Yeah. I mean, I have weird dreams, and it's just like they're so vivid.
Give me that box. Have you ever had a fever dream?
What in the heck is a fever dream?
Looks like something you put in there.
Justin put it in there.
I put it in there.
I have.
Yeah, me too. When I was I think is when I had chicken pox. I don't know. That's all a blur, obviously. But
you're restless.
Like it's basically like your temperature. What I was trying to say was your temperature so high that you start hallucinating. And for me, I was hallucinating that I was Spider-Man.
When was this?
It was when I was a kid.
Oh, I thought it was like last week.
No.
I remember
this is when I was a kid.
I remember it being I had the flu and I was, feverish, and my dad said I was talking out of my head. Like, just saying whatever came to mind.
Yeah.
I've never had that experience per se. But I have had the experience where I passed out one time. And I passed out for probably about 4 or 5 minutes or something like that. All right?
Passed out from?
They never found out why.
Oh.
So this is when I was a kid.
Okay.
Yeah, I was probably a teenager, 14, 15 years old. And in that 4 or 5 minutes, I had a dream. I had a dream and that dream lasted from the time I was a baby. Like, I lived my entire life in that dream.
Wow. Yeah.
How do you know you're not still in that dream?
Who knows? But it was so weird. Like, it went through every phase of my life, and it felt like it was 20 years. I mean, I'm not even lying. You think I'm nuts, and you think, oh, my life flashed before my eyes. That, honestly, it was the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
And it really did. And it felt like it was a 20-year dream.
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about.
Have you had that?
Not like that, but, I mean... I've had one of those weird fast dreams, like fast in the real world, but in your head it takes forever.
You know why that happens, right?
No.
It's because
the oxygen gets cut off to your brain, right?
Well, it's because
that happened to me. Remember when, who was it, David or Hunter choked me out at that one house, Brian's house, Brian Doyle's house?
Yeah.
Crazy.
I had this weird dream and I had my eyes open, but I couldn't figure out what was going on.
Like, how long was the dream though?
It felt like it was a long time, but I was only out for 10 seconds maybe. Yeah. So it was weird.
That's so dangerous.
And I was drooling.
Yeah.
Thinking about that, like looking back on that, like, dang.
Yeah. Anyways.
But the reason why you have such long dreams in your head is because your brain works really fast.
Right.
So you're processing information so quick.
Yeah.
But then when you wake up, you're like, oh, that wasn't that long.
Right.
In the real world,
real
it wasn't that long.
Yeah.
Your brain is capable of processing information super quick.
Yeah.
So maybe my brain thought I was dying, and it's like, okay, here's everything you ever did in your life.
Yeah,
I mean, it was so weird, man.
Yeah, it's just your memories are just flooding in.
I don't know why your brain
Like,
decided to do that. I'm just saying that's why you can.
I lost all perception of time.
Yeah, I mean,
Interesting.
It's kind of like that movie where he goes into that other planet, and like 3 minutes there is like
Interstellar.
like 8 years.
good movie.
Interstellar.
I mean, it's kind of like that. It kind of felt like
So you were near a black hole.
maybe.
You came out and
You're in the
Somebody-
sixth dimension.
the guy you were talking to before is now gray. He's like, it's been
Pretty
27 years.
That's
You
so
left me
crazy,
here.
dude.
Yeah.
That is so crazy to think. I can't conceive that.
That's just
That's what I said when I first saw it. I'm like,
Huh?
just because you were standing or
You're
orbiting
closer to
a massive black hole.
Yeah.
Supermassive black hole, actually.
your time is time.
I mean, I get it.
I hope
I get
that
it.
I hope that my brain in my vat when it
My
gets
vat.
not in a vat, but I hope the brain, like when they take it out and they put it in a
Futurama
robot
style.
or something, that I get to experience something like that. Maybe they just like, okay, well, it's just a brain. I'm just going to send it like,
RoboCop.
yeah, I'm going to send you off to.
I wouldn't want to experience the 27-year part. I would rather be on the planet part
Yeah, I know, right?
because they were
Waiting.
only there for like, what, an hour?
Yeah, an hour.
There's
And then-
27 years.
And then he comes back up. He's like,
I
like
can't
an
even
old
remember
man.
why they went on that planet.
because
They're looking for.
So, okay, I know. I'm going to give you a quick explanation. They were trying to find another planet. They sent out some people to try to find that planet they were going to use. And one of the people that they thought was a good selection
Oh yeah, I remember now.
was on that planet. So they went down, but they had to keep somebody up for when they rendezvoused back up.
Yeah.
But it turns out that person sent the signal out before they realized that it was not the right planet.
Yeah, they just sent water.
So their time, the signal came out, but on that planet, it was like as soon as they landed, they died almost. But it took so long for that signal to come back that they didn't realize until they were there.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So what was that? It was like she must have just died or something like
yeah,
that.
it was.
Like we just missed her.
Yeah. Yep.
That's crazy too.
It'll blow your mind.
Dude, my mind is blown.
All right.
I like it.
On that note.
No, let's go. I'm out.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning in to episode 49, the Thanksgiving 2016 edition of the Almost Saturday podcast. Try not to tackle the person in front of you if you're out Black Friday shopping.
No stampedes.
No stampedes for that special TV buy that you're waiting in line for.
That's probably a piece of crap,
Yeah.
ultimately.
Roger roll, Discovery.
Go ahead and like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Almost Saturday. Subscribe to us on iTunes and leave us a review. Stream our episodes on Google Play Music. Find us on the TuneIn app. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Questions, comments, want to contribute to the topic box? Shoot us an email, almosthalfway1@gmail.com. Or you can leave us a comment on our Facebook page. Or you can tweet us at Almost Saturday. For anything and everything, the Almost Saturday podcast, head on over to thealmostsaturdaypodcast.com. All right, guys. Until next time. Same bat time, same bat channel. We out.